So, hello and welcome back to another episode of EU4. We're of course playing with the Anbennar mod, with the Forbidden Valley update, as we're currently sapchopping. And getting very lucky with those human events. Can't say anything about that. But yeah, we're currently just waiting for the mission tree has failed us. With some modifiers being a little bit silly. Currently we need to wait for the separatism here to go away, which is 10 more years. Alright, but we do have some stuff to do. We constantly keep getting the disappearing villages, which is just fun. We also have plenty of stuff still to core, but I'm also currently willing to catch up on the tech. As we have also caught up on the Renaissance. Look at us go. We're actually making a decent bit of money as well. That's crazy. Obviously, yeah, this is the one thing that we're waiting on, and I think like everything in between is just, yeah. Oh, we do get a special mercenary company, I guess. This one still. Now this stuff looks actually fairly decently doable. Well, I guess I'll take this half cost level 3 advisor. Actually, you know what? Why not just... That feels very reasonable overall. Just getting a decent chunk of admin in and everything. We can take all of this tech, of course. Current tech is 7, I think. We eclipsed over there as well. But I feel like I want to get at least an idea group in. We also have this reduction here. Maybe we'll invest into that as well. That's expensive. That's expensive. I'm not that rich. Let's do that. We at least get rid of 0.1. Okay, it does go up. Let's put it down to this, and then we'll see what money we'll have afterwards. Oh. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so something does happen with this religious power. I see. That's pretty neat. I guess should have been a bit faster on that. Whatever. Oh well. We do have now also cleaned up most of these modifiers. We still have exceptional willpower. Funnily enough. I feel like they kind of also forgot that the leader can die in combat, and that happened, of course. So exceptional willpower doesn't really do that much stuff in the end. Alright, but this looks all like, yeah, this is calming down. We have also finishing up with this core creation. Currently have this cost reduction as well from the mage. We also have this core creation cost reduction. Overall, all looking pretty neat. I kind of want to get rid of some of this stuff before we really dig into it. We could technically do this. I know what. Oh, we don't need ground land, right? There's nothing here. Yeah. We also need to be somewhat keen on this. Just to have it. Huh? Why do I have new separatism here? Am I crazy? I think I am. This is all very shit. We don't have anything to reduce that, right? No. Technically you do are no longer necessary. Embracing home gives us... To be honest, I am at this point actually really willing to just skip this. Because why did this now reset? Or did I look at the wrong thing? Is that the case? Oh, we also see all of you. Cool. Okay, your Clouded Eye still exists. Bladebreaker, but it seems like they are on the downfall. And we have a few of these as well. I mean, it simply enough just feels like this should have happened a long while ago, and I'm currently now really just stuck with this. I would need to find that event, of course. For that I would also need to separately download some. There we go. Basur of Rosenmoor is exiled with his clan and saw his father die in a duel to Korgus for disputing his status, but then united Grey Orc clans. Okay. So we have now one of the songs available. Just put it in. I mean, why not? What do we take here, actually? Do we just immediately take offensive ideas? I don't really see myself taking anything. I mean, religious ideas also looks like... Right, religious ideas probably is the better choice. I mean, no matter what religion we are, we're probably gonna be one of those religions is gonna be very alone. You know what? Let's I cannot subtract something, right? I would need to look up the stuff. Let me pause quickly here. Alright. I'm just gonna do this very simple. Let's quickly do this. See, I've already tried it. We're gonna take away 100 Diplo from ourselves for the culture conversion. I'm not sure how much it will cost, but I'll just make this fair. Then we'll do this. Debug mode. And we're just gonna turn this province, culture, what was it, 304, right? 304. There we go. This is now Green Orc. That should also immediately then do the mission when we put the leader there. Alright. But yeah, just to make this... I don't want to wait 20 years now with something that should have already happened. As simple as that. Where's my leader? There it is. Let's go. Let's get into position. Alright. A peculiar walk. Upon the remains of Elenile stands Gudir Da, our city on the lake. But our work is not done. It is time we bring our clan's people to truly settle and make this land our own. Carving it as Dokkan would have done. Yeah, about that Dokkan guy. Bad news. Yeah, and Kargo's also already dead, yeah, whatever. Kargo looked upon the city, sitting upon the shimmering lake with smug pride. Where the ashes of Elenile once stood was the Orc city of Gudir Da. From ashes something new may come. The Orc blinked as the words passed through his mind. They passed as his own musings, and yet there was a familiarity to them. He stood uncertain for a moment before dismissing his unease. Slowly he then returned his gaze to his city, his glory city. But there could be more. His head throbbed, yet he could not dismiss the thought. The city was not enough, and now he and his clan had settled for shoddy war camps, planning only the next battle. If these woods were truly home, Sapchopper would need to make it so. The time has come to embrace these woods. Karga pauses. We of course are gonna continue with being Ashen Guidance. Next thing is that we have a lot of advisors. We've lived in these woods long enough to recognize its fate in a sense and their fickle ways. Some may have even become our prey, yet even after all this time there has been something more afoot. While most Fae are simple nuisances, there are reports of Fae who watch us. Children sing rhymes of the prince who will come and take them. And since their strange encounter in Gudir Da, our chieftain has suffered from nightmares filled with dark promises. Enough, it is time we act. Let us gather our finest and face the problem as an orc should, head on. Following a hunch, ashes to ashes. Kargo Sapchopper was undoubtedly the most powerful orc to ever live in the deep woods. His clan claimed vast swaths of the forest, his greatest rivals were either dead or scattered. His position as chieftain was unquestioned, and for all of that it meant nothing. He sat slumped on his throne, disheveled and exhausted. It was told that night after night of sordid dreams took on the war chief. They were always the same, a consuming fire swallowing everything he had built in Crimson Inferno. 1,000 wedged figures watching as nothing but bitter ash claimed him and his clan, and then a hollow hatred seeping into his heart. I have an idea or two on this. The chieftain stared at the mercenary before him. His council had scoured far and wide for answer to his curse. The closest they had come was Rook Elmscourt, the leader of a strange group of mercenaries. An idea? Cargo replied incredulously. I expect results, and for the right price you'll get them. The sellsword grunted back, unfazed. For a moment, Cargo felt his old energy return, as fury rose within him in the face of such indolence. Then he gave a tired laugh. Finally, an orc with a spine. The chieftain exclaimed, Fine, you will have your gold, and I will have my answers, or your head. Rook met his threat with a smile. Good, I'll get the boys moving. He turned to leave, entirely unconcerned with his audience, before pausing. Meeting Cargo's tired eyes once more, the sellsword gave one last word. Do not trust Clan Silentblade. Then he was gone. Okay, so we need to hire these guys to investigate the thingy. Into the shadows, of all the orcish clans, the Orcs of Silentblade have long been most mysterious. While they seemingly act as other clans do, few are allowed to enter the sunless Shadow Grove they call home. While at first we thought nothing of it, it is now clear that this grove holds clues to the source of this dark whispers. We must gain access to it, be it by kinship or by axe. Yeah, just already done that. And now we have the path is discovered. Alright. Let's let this all come about. There we go, we get the Elmscourt Skulkers. Let's hire those guys. They cost me 200. How many are those? And I feel like I think I need to get them, as far as I remember. Okay, we're gonna get out the song. Next song. Innovativeness gain, whatever. We will see if that even is necessary, all of this conversion. Okay, now we're slowly but surely getting all of these songs. Neat. Neat. Oh, investigate the Dark Whispers. Okay. We need money, first of all. And I guess I need to get rid of an army. Or reduce an army size. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, manpower I'm not concerned by. And then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that should be roughly enough. Do we just quickly beat up the Beast Eaters again and take their money? Yeah, sure, why not? These guys cost me what was 200? Oh, they're nearly done. There we go. Put them here. They need to investigate this shit, and they're expensive, and they're gonna put me into the minus. So yeah, we're gonna declare these wars. For money. Oh, you've... Okay, you've gotten rid of one of your forts. So, investigate that. Time to get to work. The Whisperer. Hey boss, that's the one. Rook nodded, his eyes tracking the orc leaving the camp. It had been a lucky break. He shook his head. No, it had been more than luck. The orc knew better than to doubt his instincts. It was something his father never let him forget. As he and his fellow sellswords followed the orc, Rook let his mind clear. Focusing on nothing but its target. The orc was unassuming, nondescript even. Take your eyes off them and you'd forget they were ever even here. There. It was just like the Whisperer, the false orc whose foul words had spelled doom for his clan. A bitterness welled up within Rook from knowing that creature was on the prowl once more. Its machinations had brought the Green Tide to a halt, ruined him and more. Now it sought something from the strongest of the orc clans. Shit, lost him. Rook blinked at his companion's words. Sure enough, the presence was gone. Even now he strained to recall what he had even been looking for. Sorry, boss. He shook his head with a smile. Nah, you did good. Before it was just a hunch, now we know. Tracking the Whisperer. I mean, this is quite funny. I like this kind of, yeah, let's just chase after that. You guys hunt this. I don't want these guys annoying me. There we go. It had taken longer than Rook would have liked, and certainly longer than the increasingly irritated chieftain of Sapchopper would. But they had found the Whisper once more, and they had found where they had been disappearing to. A Cladeway entrance, here. So it seems, Rook answered, examining the Fey-marked land. Ain't no path I'm seen. So now what, boss? For a moment, Rook considered stepping forward. The handful of skulkers with him regarded their leader warily, sensing his half-thought. You're not planning on getting us lost in the Fey realm again, are you? He shook his head. Once was enough. There was quite collective sigh of relief. Then what now? Rook frowned, raking his mind. There were only two ways to chart an uncharted Cladeway. The first was trial and error. That wasn't going to happen. The second was to acquire a wayfare of some kind, a grounding object that should help navigate the Fey realm. But where would he get that? Boss? Finding the key. Alright. Next place. As we keep the chase up. Lovely. We're already at 20%. This is not going to take long. Alright. Next one. That's a lot. This feels a bit plumb steady, but for now I'm alright with it. Rook kept his hood up, carefully not to allow a single glance at his face. Not a soul heeded him, but paranoia placed the weight of 1,000 eyes on him. He was back in the Shadow Grove, back in the Clan Silent Blade, back to his people. But they weren't his people, not anymore. They wore their face, yes, but they were different. Changed. They glowed with a vibrant green hue, regarded the forest more than their fellow orc. He had failed them. With a heavy heart he retreated into the shadows. Sapchopper had made it possible for him to get as far, but the rest was up to him. He clambered over the palisade and jumped from alley to alley. When arriving at his destination, Rook could feel his heart pounding. It was his father's personal quarters. A lifetime ago this was where he had made his shameful escape. Now this was where his redemption would finally begin. The room itself was in poor order. Strewn across it was strange trinkets, fey-marked materials and pages of incomprehensible scribbles. All of them depicted a figure, slender, pale as ash. Despite the crudeness of the drawing, Rook could feel the figure stare. Written below were 3 words: the Blackened Prince. He shuddered before beginning a frantic search. After too long he found it, a small dark box made of elm. It had been long coveted by his father. Involuntarily he spat onto the side in anger. The great chieftain trod on a silent blade, desperate for a small trinket. The path to the roof has been uncovered. Alright. Do we still need these guys? Yeah. And we need to put them into a certain province. Where is that? Tvahainaplat. Jesus Christ. Did I write that correctly? Yeah. Oh, I guess we're gonna rename something. Alright. Long ago we discovered a means to travel through the Gladeways. At first we simply thought of them as convenience to traverse the forest. Only much later did we learn the Gladeways were connections that crossed through the realm of the Fae themselves. Most of these paths were once discovered by the elves, however it is clear now that there's another path. One that leads to the heart of the forest itself and to the source of the whispers. We need only uncover a bit more. The way becomes clear. Oh, that's a lag. Let's hope that this doesn't crash. No. This just looked like some cool animation. Oh yeah, we just gained this province. Alright. Okay, so maybe we are not what I expected we would be, and this is something else. Alright. This might get interesting then. Okay. We cannot change this leader, right? So we need to put you up there, it seems. I'm currently doing something else if that's alright, but sure. Ashen Tree. This has not happened yet, guys. Spoiler. Spoiler. Sure. Alright, let's quickly go together here, so... The path is clear and the forest's dark whispers awaits. All that is left for Clan Sapchopper to have the axe one more time. We will lose all of this ashen guidance and we'll have the event of the Blackened Prince. Alright. Together, Cargo, Rook and their finest stepped upon the path, and as Rook had thought, the box had guided them. Yet when they stepped off, Cargo and Rook found themselves alone in a place like no other. Here the sunless sky was a rainbow of colors, caught in an unknowable twilight. Beneath it, the foliage seemed to dance before them, following the tune of an unseen chorus of creatures. Even the air itself felt alive, thick with a strange, vibrant energy. This was the heart of the deep woods, where the Fey realm crossed the prime material plane. Yet for such wonder, neither orc could heed any attention to it. Not when the two caught sight of a single slender ashen figure waiting before them. They were an avatar of nature's beauty, steering the most primitive of instincts. The Blackened Prince, Rook whispered. Never had Cargo heard such a name, but somehow his heart knew it. The prince smiled at him, though reading his mind, leaving him chilled. How could such a soft sight stir such fear with him? Yes, wondrous wanderer, chivalrous conqueror, the prince spoke. It was mine own voice. The chieftain stared dumbfounded as he recalled the dark whispers that had filled his mind all these years. The choice. I have delved into the thy heart, peered upon its purest shape. Thou yearns for the power to shape destiny, to command legions with a mere gesture, to topple kingdoms with but a word. As the blackened prince spoke, Karga felt a familiar throb. Do not listen to them, Rook warned. The words seemed too distant. What thou hast is but a palest shadow of true power. Kargor, Rook screamed, do not let them claim you like they claimed my clan. Thou hast done well by your greatest image. Yet their time hath long gone, long past. This is the moment to break free. Embrace me. Rook roared in desperation and charged the prince. Faintly, Karga heard him cry out for Silent Blade. His axe hand stirred. Within a second thought he... Now, before I make this decision, I want to make sure that Sapchopper has something else behind this. So I'll quickly save this and decide... because this is gonna be the Emerald Dream, obviously. This is gonna be Emerald. But we're gonna go for Karga of Clan Sapchopper. With a single tug, the Blackened Prince freed the axe from its owner's crumbled body. Another orc, another failure. Today it was Karga Sapchopper. Tomorrow, the prince looked at the axe before tossing it to the side. There was always another. This is a shame and a waste. And with those tarred words, they were gone. Time passed as it did, and the bright material for the air was too heavy with Fey energy. It whined and twisted, and somewhere in those moments, Karga Sapchopper summoned the energy to look up at the twilight sky. The dancing lights were as far from the caverns of the serpent spine he was born in as he could imagine. Never had he thought of such a place. But never had he thought he would become more than a raider. Never had he thought he would lead his clan, to a victory after victory. And never had he thought he would die here, of all places. He smiled. It had been a good and glorious life, and he knew Clan Sapchopper would continue without him. Okay. We turn into Karankabar, but Karankabar does not have a mission tree, sadly enough. So... it's very simple that I'm gonna go for the emerald stuff. But it's good to know that that they've changed the way it works, which I like a lot more. But we are here. And it's time that we follow a stranger path for the orcs. Karga could not explain why he now kneeled before the prince. Taking the offered hand, he could not explain the sensation that overtook him as something changed within. And he could not explain why none of this mattered. But for a moment there was the briefest doubt, the smallest question that echoed in his mind. Then Karga looked up at his patron, his savior, his everything. They smiled upon him and knew all was well. We lose his ability, we lose prestige, we get manpower, and the Emerald Orcs will rise. Alright. We are Tugund Darak. We have still the same war chief in charge, it's not like that. We have lost all of these things as well. I hate it. What do I have? Okay, we have the Fey Blessing, so I guess it's a combined thing. We get morale of armies, shock damage, fire damage received, and all of these funny things. We have new ideas, and far more important, we have a mission tree. Like I said, I like this a lot more, that we have basically, they've changed the way that the Emerald Orcs happen, because always just having it happenstance was a bit boring. Anyway, what do we have now? We have more infantry cost reduction and attrition of enemy. And we immediately start with some funny stuff here. We need to go to Oldhaven. I'm not sure how aware you are of what these guys do. But we will start building up. We need to build up the capital. I assume that this is gonna be the right place anyway. And now as Emerald Orcs, we are also attuned to the local goods produced. To these, and we're gonna get the bonus here. We should also be gaining claims soon enough, I assume. Maybe we gain them with this mission. Rulers of Dugantarak. The Emerald Orcs are the rightful rulers of the Deep Woods by the only reason that matters, the choice of the Fae. But there are too many who have abandoned their ways and ignored their guidance, so let us add another count to our claim, the right of conquest. Alright. Every tree, lake, stream and glade of the Deep Woods is now sole property of our war chief and his queen. Every orc must be similarly united if we are to... Oh right, there's still the thingy that the Blackened Prince is actually... or the Ashen Tree thingy is actually a woman. Because the first way to do that was by just like... marrying, as far as I remember. Oh, there's actually a bunch of stuff here. Interesting. But we can, as far as I remember, now race. I mean, we of course cannot raise anything that we currently have, but we can raise a lot more. Anyway. We lose military power, but we gain some stuff. Some manpower, lovely. Preparation for conquest. We will discover a bunch of stuff. We will gain this territory. Leaves quiver as the drums begin, roots stretch awaiting the lifeblood that will spur their growth. Our race and our purpose was born in the deep woods, but soon we shall venture far beyond. War and our invention awaits. And now we have a few more claims, my friends. But we have to clean up some stuff first. This is just get this stuff, right? Prepare for war. Other races must search in vain to find their purpose in the world. The Emerald Orcs have no such dilemma. We march to war to vengeance. It is time for us to gather and make that purpose clear to every other being who walks this world. Flamwell gets an Emerald Orc War Camp, which gives a... we get so many modifiers. Okay. A promising warlord. All Emerald Orcs are attuned to the Fey Realm. It is imbued in their flesh and flows with the blood in their veins. But some venture closer than the others, for reasons unknown except perhaps to the most learned of shamans and the most powerful of witch kings. Our Fey Queen has recently alerted the war chief to one such orc, whose dreams already touch upon the plane of life and magic. He is clearly held in high esteem among those of the Ashen Tree Pact, and we should give him a consummate place in our armies. We gain one hell of a general. Alright. Spread the blessing. With this we are gonna start getting armies, right? Peace in the Deep Woods, the Emerald Council. We get another super general, I see. Alright. Need military power. Fighting for our home. I guess we're gonna remove these guys now. Fuck off. We have things to do and places to be. It is time to conquer. We also probably should do this stuff. We're gonna pick Martial Society. We're gonna pick land maintenance, and then the next stuff we need to wait for. Like I said, I would have picked Kadan Kabar if they had a missionary, but now that they have not, it is time that we do this. We are doing this. We should also have some reductions here, right? I think so. Wait, let me just quickly check something. Oh well. Probably should collect. But that's too late now. We will have our stuff eventually. For now it's... do we do this stuff actually? This should be now as cheap as it can be. We do have some green orcs left, but not much. Not enough that it matters. But our guys should be... we did not get a boost yet, did we? No. Alright. War with the elves. The Fae once had high hopes for the elves, but when the green tide came it was clear we orcs were a superior choice for elevation. The deep was our home now and we must make clear that it has no place for those interlopers who have long overstayed their welcome. Fighting for our home and our deep woods. Okay, we just gained a bunch of points. The deep woods are ours, the first step of our covenant with the Fae has been fulfilled. None shall stand before us in our pact. This truth is whispered by the wind, heard in the rustle of leaves, and understood by every bird that flies our skies, and rodent that crawls our earth. And soon all of our land shall know the same. I mean, that's 400 points. This is just a bunch of guys. We gain a lot of breathing room, good. Spread a blessing. While the green orcs might appear similar to us, in truth their refusal to drink from waters of the Fae realm make them almost as distant from us as the elves. Unlike the elves, however, their failing can and will be rectified, with force if necessary. We gain a bunch of manpower, and we start forcing the blessings. I guess the only place is currently this one that gets... do we not have anything... I thought we had some green orc left. Oh, whatever. Emerald is the new green. Since our beginning, orcs have been adaptable in tactics and weapons and color, and now we have adapted once more to our role as the Fae's shock troops. Already our skin is tough as bark, our arms are strong as the oldest drunks, and our blood as thick as sap. And most importantly, every orc has seen the light of surfing the deep woods above the soil, or the darkest of surfing beneath it. Peace in the deep woods, and then the Emerald Council. we get all of it. Like, we basically just rush through all of this in one go. The Fae are notoriously fickle, and even the best scholars cannot determine whether the courts are utterly disorganized or simply organized at levels beyond mortal comprehension. While the Emerald Horde grows more Fae with each passing day with new leaf on the world tree, and sip from Fae realm springs, we cannot quite mimic the court style and must impose some level of order on the Emerald Horde. Like a strand of jewels linked together, the Emerald Council shall bring together those of us most blessed by the Fae and closest to the Fae realm to lead to Tugund Darak in the wars that await. We gain 3 councillors, all half cost, and we get another super general. And one thing that we're gonna immediately do is try to get these guys in. But we're also gonna end the episode here. So like always, like shenanigans, and I guess I'll see you guys next episode. Bye!